Oh, they didn't think it was gonna happen, but here we are. Huh? I misspelled. Look what I did on the checklist. That's funny. Oh, it's the world famous. The critically acclaimed. The critically acclaimed, dude. What do you want from me, man? You know? What could you possibly be demanding of me? You know? What's the deal here? What is the deal here? All right? Look. Soul, Ballers, Valkyries just won. Nice win over the Seattle Storm. You know? We're not going to talk about the Giants because it hurts. All right, what's up, everybody? What's going on, dude? Yeah, dude, I had a big zit right here, and it's still kind of there. So, sue me, dude. Sue me. Get your lawyers. All right? And I just had a big scare. Okay? I just had a big scare. I've talked about it. I have a server now with like holds all my footage. You know, I got the server. I got this style of server rather so that my cousin could access my files remotely and help edit like TikToks and stuff. And then I don't know what happened with that. It just he disappeared on me, and it hurts. You know, it hurts that you and your family just disappears. But anyways, I got this server, and dude, I'm sorry about that, but you know, I'm calling out names now. I don't care anymore, dude. I don't care anymore. So the server, you know, it has a ridiculous amount of storage space, but it's like halfway full from, you know, 9 years of recording things that nobody cares about. And so, you know, I just thought I had some free time today. I was like, let's do some maintenance. Let's clean it up. I know there's some duplicates, you know, and I use this little app, find duplicate files and whatnot. And then I actually didn't use the app to delete anything, but I noticed that some footage seemed to be duplicates, and I deleted it. Beep, delete. And then I don't even know why. Couldn't tell you why. Oh, I know why. Because see, I'm dumb, right? The Disneyland footage. You know, I put out 3 Disneyland videos, and we filmed for almost a week. So it was just like kind of a jumbled hodgepodge of footage, right? Because I'm at Disneyland, dude. I'm at Walt Disney's Original Magic Kingdom. I'm not over there organizing my MP4s, you know what I mean? I'm not over there organizing my hard drive. I'm out there getting churros and riding Big Thunder Mountain. That's what I'm doing. So, you know, the Disneyland footage was all kind of jumbled and in multiple folders. Not all the folders were dated correctly and whatnot. So I was like, oh, let me clean this up because there's probably duplicates. I can save a little space here. And then I noticed that the main day that me and my niece filmed, that became 2 of the episodes, a whole lot of footage was missing from the folder. Now I had deleted the footage. I thought I deleted was cell phone. The cell phone footage. Because, you know, sometimes I film things on my phone and I put it in the video. Whatever, dude. Sue me. And I thought I had deleted that. But these other files were missing. I checked I have 2 other hard drives right here. I checked my laptop. I checked other folders I thought it could be in. And that Disneyland footage was gone, dude. Now here's the problem. Like, I'm a footage hoarder, so I don't get rid of any footage, because I figure like in the future when Netflix is doing like, You know, they're doing a 10-part series on the savior of mankind. They're going to want all that footage. Right? So, I was kind of stressing. I was like, wow, all these memories with my niece and the footage is gone. And I was trying to like talk myself down, like, well, at least the full videos are on YouTube, like, you know, the full videos. So then I was getting a recovery. I was going to get a recovery program. There's one called Recover that I like that's helped me in the past. So I was like, all right, maybe I can do it. Because there's one of these other external hard drives I know had that footage on it at one point. So I was like, maybe I can try to pull it off that. It was showing that the footage was there, but it was already overwritten. But here's the thing, dude. Sprite, zero sugar, chill, cherry lime, not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. If any of the fine folks over at Sprite are in the chat. Here's the thing, dude. So I just search for that date for any file. So I'm like, what if this footage is hiding in some other folder, right? And it searches it. It finds it in the recycle bin of my server because I had accidentally deleted it earlier in the day, which I didn't realize. So I saved the footage. So we're good. We're good. But I was scared, dude, because the Netflix 10-part miniseries on the savior of mankind is going to want that fun footage of him and his niece at Disneyland. So, you know, all good teams won today and or this weekend. That's wrong, Gabriel, and you know it. What's up, Sophie? What's up, Richard? What's up, Jake? Giants suck, dude. The Giants suck. You have 2 weeks off? Dude, that's awesome. Have a ball. Have a ball, dude. Angel, what up? Valkyries, it was very good win, man. They dominated today. They're hot, dude. They're hot, dude. The only other expansion team I've ever seen be this good right away is unfortunately the Vegas Golden Knights. But man, it's fun, dude. It's fun, bro. Steph Curry was there today, finally. What was up with that, Steph? Why did it take so long? I saw John Fisher on the A's game last week. He was right in front of me. You should have... Dude, you should have... Dude. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. Golden State Kate. Wait for football. Training camp begins in 3 weeks. Speaking of, I've been selling a bunch of my 49er tickets to try to fund this Disneyland trip because your boy's in trouble. So this next couple weeks is your last chance to try to get some tickets at face value. No taxes or fees. Free food included. Hit me up. I got like 2 games left that I can sell. Both of them people want to buy this coming week, but if they don't have the cash... All right. Yeah, Tiffany A's buried them today. They played great, dude. Whole team played great. Whole team played phenomenal. I'm excited for the Valkyries. Dude, you know, I hate it when Lacob was like, oh, we're going to win a championship within 5 years. Like, I hate it when he said that. I don't like that. I don't like those kinds of predictions. But... maybe the kid was spitting. I don't know. Maybe the kid was spitting. Trying to sell my one ticket to the Jaguars. I sold my ticket to the Jaguars. My tickets to the Jaguars. Thoughts on the Mavs getting Cooper Flag? I mean, I don't know what you mean. Like, obviously they were going to draft him, right? He was the consensus number 1. It's weird because, you know, I hate the Cowboys and there's overlap there, but I like the Mavericks fan base for the most part. I respect and like the Mavericks. I love their arena. I've said it before. I absolutely love American Airlines Center. Mark Cuban is a fun billionaire. I still hate all the billionaires, but you know, he's close to where I don't hate him. Still, when the revolution comes, though, they still all got to go. You know what I mean? But Mark Cuban is cool and made it fun. I like Dirk. There's a lot of cool history there. My very first expensive, authentic NBA jersey I bought as a kid was a Michael Finley Mavericks jersey. So I've always liked the Mavericks, so it'll be fun to see what they can build out there. But I am, I guess, cautious because I don't trust their ownership group at all. I think there's probably truth to the rumors that they do want to move the team to Vegas and do a casino arena deal. But I don't think Nico is as bad as people think. I've said this before so many times, but I think Luka is the most overrated player in the NBA, and I would have traded him too. Get out of here, dude. You're never winning nothing, dude. Get out of here. You're never winning nothing. And that is because everybody, not just fans even, GMs, scouts, everybody overvalues pure scoring. Now, obviously, pure scoring is incredibly important because you have to score to win the game. But if you're just a pure scorer, you will not win a thing. And this has been shown time and time again. Carmelo Anthony never won a thing. James Harden never won a thing. Luka will never win a thing. Klay Thompson, incredible pure scorer, but also plus defender to elite defender, depending on what point in his career. 4 rings. Do you see how that works? Kobe Bryant, inefficient chucker. Inefficient chucker, but plus defense, could manage the game. Lots and lots of rings, right? Because he did more than just purely score. Michael Jordan, All NBA. Giannis, good defense, good offense. Ring. One of the exceptions, I guess, is Jokic because his defense sucks, but he's a center also, so maybe it's different. Gabriel, I'm sorry, I'm talking all this basketball stuff. Someone explain to Gabriel what a pick and roll is. Sorry, we'll come back to this. Hope Kelly Thornton isn't hurt too. Yeah, she. I'm hoping it was just precaution because they were up so much. But yeah, she looked like, what was it, her shoulder, neck, something like that. She caught a screen and it looks like she went down. Hopefully it was just precautionary because Valkyries were already up at 20. But we definitely don't want to lose her. Kings might be going after Kuminga. I think a lot of people are going to go after Kuminga. And I think he wants out. And I really like Kuminga. Right? We like Kuminga. But it's he just doesn't seem happy. He doesn't seem... I think it's nonsense when people say, oh, he hasn't gotten a chance to develop or whatever. He's played a lot of minutes. And there's been stretches where he got a lot of minutes consistently. So maybe a change of scenery would be good for both sides. I don't know. It's not like I want to lose Kuminga, but, I don't know. You're punching your fans now? No, I'm not you. You punch people. Can leave all the good teams in the Bay one day. Stop it, dude. Blue fave color. Thanks. I will try to have a good stream. I appreciate you. What's up, Mark? Ballers 1, Roots 1, Valkyries 1. What a good week. I wonder who got him the Kuminga bobblehead. Bam, dude. Bam has been my dream warrior for a few years now. But I didn't think the Heat would give him up, but now the Heat might give him up. I don't even know what his contract's like right now at all, but is he on a max? I don't know. Why does it say punching? I'm talking about athletes. Okay, we'll talk about that in a moment. Good Lord. So yeah, I almost deleted all my Disneyland videos and I was extremely distraught. Okay, I was trying to find him. I finally found it, and then I went to my couch to watch the end of the Valkyries game, and then as the game was wrapping up, I fell asleep for 15 minutes. And then I got up and got ready for the live stream, and that's why it was 5 to 10 minutes late. So sue me, dude. Get your lawyers on the horn and sue me. Oh, I'm sorry I'm an old man and fell asleep on the couch, dude. I apologize for surviving. I apologize for making it. You know what I mean? I'm sorry I didn't die at childbirth. Ben Albio? Do you mean Bam? Why delete all the Disney? Keep that? Yeah, I did. No, I almost deleted it. Did you miss the whole story, dude? Don't just come in with these comments. Okay? And guess what, dude? I'm going to be at Disneyland again in a couple weeks. I'm going to film even more videos, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. Get your lawyers on the horn. Suit up. Suit up. We're going to battle. Okay? Sprite. Zero sugar, chill, cherry lime, everybody. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. All right, so if you guys saw... Ketel Marte of the Arizona Diamondbacks. He was in Chicago, and a fan heckled him. What's up, Josie? Thank you. It's not clickbait. It's true. No, I'm gonna show that later. Good Lord, dude. Gabriel does not understand how things work. So, a fan heckled him and said something about his mom. Now, I think the heckle may have been a generic, like, your mama kind of heckle. I don't know. I forgot. I did read what it was, and it just seemed like a really terrible your mama joke or something. But Marte's mom passed away. When was it? A couple years ago? Like, in recent history, his mom passed away, and it really got to him. And he actually started crying on the field. And it was this moment where it's like, wow, this professional athlete, pretty accomplished athlete, obviously he's not like all the accolades in the world. But I mean, to me, to get to the level he's been at, get to the World Series and all that, he's an accomplished athlete. Whatever, dude. I don't need to justify me calling him an accomplished athlete. He is accomplished. But to see this athlete like cry on the field kind of bothered a lot of people, so people were calling for this dude's head, and then he did get doxxed. He got outed, and apparently he was banned from like all the MLB games. He was wearing a Chicago Bears jersey. Not that that matters, but let's just add it to the record. Let's just get it on record, dude. We were talking about in the Discord, like, dude, that's why more athletes should punch more fans. And I kind of think there should be, like, it should be allowable. I think, all right, if an athlete goes into the stands and fights a fan, I think it should be like in hockey, like they get a penalty, Like, I think Marte has to, like, if Marte went up there and just whooped this dude, I think he should maybe just lose his next at bat. Like, his next at bat's an automatic out. But let him punch the fan. Let him punch the fan in the face. You know what I mean? Dude, William Park, what did go viral? But what was the Red Sox game? And a fan was telling Walker Buehler, kill himself? Oh my God, dude. That's what I'm saying, dude. So Walker Buehler should be able to punch that guy right in his head. And thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much. That'll help my niece get a churro. Or multiple churros. Obviously, Disneyland is expensive, but, she passed away in 2017. Okay, yeah. I was going to wear my Sharks hat to talk about that. That the future is teal. But I just wasn't ready. Who's more disappointing so far? Willie Adames or Dever? I mean, both of them. Willie has a ton of errors. It's just William, thank you so much though, by the way. But yeah, Walker Bueller should be able to put that guy in a headlock and give him a noogie, except like instead of a noogie, it's just punches. A punch noogie. Look, Ron Artest was a little off, right? He was a little off his rocker. But if you know that, don't throw a drink at him. You know what I mean? Hey, don't throw the drink if you don't want him to throw hands. Okay? Look, if you're going to throw a drink at a professional athlete who's twice your size and that athlete is just laying on the scorer's table, I think you should get punched, maybe. I think you should get punched. And I love that Steven Jackson jumped in and just started throwing haymakers, dude. I love that Jermaine O'Neal just started fighting the fans that came on the floor. Dude, Malice at the Palace is one of the best sports moments of all time because, look, dude, sometimes fans just got to get punched in the mouth. And this is my thing, dude. I'm a pacifist. I don't want violence, right? I'm a sweetie pie, okay? I don't argue. I'm not into confrontation. I don't call names, dude. All right, I'm a big softy, dude. I'm a big softy that just wants to go to Disneyland with his niece, and his mama's going to go now, and he's all excited, and his brother's going to meet him there, and his aunt and uncle are going to be there, dude. And we're going to ride Peter Pan, dude. That's me, right? Big softy. And I try to be a very... I consider myself a progressive person. I consider myself an inclusive person. I try to have empathy, right? But sports is where I get all my toxic traits out. That's my outlet. So I'm tribalistic. I hate Dodgers fans just to hate Dodgers fans. Because, hey, it's fun. I don't really hate them, right? But it's like it's an outlet to just get my toxic traits out of me. So when I think about it, dude, maybe the arena is the place where some people got to get punched. How about Draymond? Can he punch someone? Yes, I love when Draymond Green punches people. That's one of my favorite things, dude. Yes, Draymond is allowed to punch whoever he wants. Look, I felt bad for Jordan Poole. He shouldn't have punched him. It was the wrong thing to do. But if you really read between the lines, Jordan Poole sounded like he may have had it coming. I don't know. Maybe not. And maybe the only time I was on the fan side was when he was chirping Arenado because... I mean, not Arenado. Rendon. Because Rendon is stealing our money as fans. Sending text to his mom. Okay, yeah. He said I texted your mom, something like that. Yeah. So, look, this fan. Here's the thing, though. I think there's a limit. Like, I don't think people should be like going after him now. And he got banned. All he did was say something that was hurtful. He didn't do something, you know, like he didn't attack him. He didn't do that. He just said something really, really offensive and hurtful. So I don't think that means he should have his whole life ruined outside of that. He got banned from all the stadiums. I think that's good. I think a lifetime ban is a little harsh even. I would have said like a year or 5 years or something, but I'm glad something happened. I just wish it would have been a haymaker instead, you know? But yeah, I definitely don't support like going after like where does he work? Let's get him fired and all that. That's a little crazy. Like he just said something at a baseball game. So let him get punched at the baseball game. I guess that's my point. If you're going to act stupid, let the athletes handle it. It's like what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas kind of thing. Like what happens in the stadium stays in the stadium. What are we talking about? Any historic presidential videos coming soon? Yeah. What's up, Connor? We're talking about fans being punched in the face and how much I enjoy it. Yes, I'm working. I have 4 history videos I've been editing because I'm trying to put them all like back to back to back to back to back. How many backs did I say? 4 backs, however many that is. So yeah, I have 4 history videos that I'm putting out soon. No more sports videos. I don't talk about sports. I don't like sports. I don't do sports anymore. Okay? All history, all the time. Something to describe how once in a Warriors playoff series in the 70s, 80s, there was a fight and a player went in the stands and punched a fan. Yeah, I love it. 0 ejections, 0 technical fouls. That's how it should be, dude. That's how it should be. And this is the thing. You have to assess it. Have like there has to be a league tribunal. And I'm only saying that because it's so funny to me. That word, how much the conspiracy theorists love that word tribunal when they're talking about like Hillary Clinton. Behind the scenes, she's going to be tried by a military tribunal as soon as Trump takes office. You remember that in 2016? God, people are stupid, huh? Anyways, so that word tribunal makes me laugh because of that. So there's got to be a league tribunal where they take this fan or they try the case. So like if an athlete just attacks a fan, that's terrible, right? Don't do that. But if the fan opens the door, dude, I think the athlete should be allowed to walk through that door. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, dude. Let fans get punched when they mouth off and when they take it too far. You know, one of my favorite clips. Have you guys seen the clip of KD? Was KD? I don't even think he was on the Suns yet. Maybe he was. Maybe it was when he just got to the Suns. But he's walking onto the court like pregame to go warm up, and some fans are like heckling him, and he turns around and talks, and the lady like puts her hand out to shake his hand, like, and he just lets her hang, and they said something about, we got a podcast, we're just joking. Oh, I love that clip because they look so stupid. Look, I'm a huge LeBron hater, right? Dude, I love hating LeBron. Not as a man, as like a player, as a competitor, right? But when, and it was in the Bay Area when he was playing the Warriors, and that girl said, like, called him the B word, right? We don't cuss here, we're a family channel. Called him the B word. As much as at that time, especially, I'm like, yeah, against LeBron. Like, I was like, no, who are you to call him that? You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's just weird. It's just weird, man. And I think fans take it too far, and that's why I love when they take it a little too far, dude. I love it. I liked when Angel Pagan tackled that guy in left field. The streaker or whatever, you know. Guy ran up to Angel Pagan. Wasn't he holding something? Did he have a rose or something? I don't know if it was a rose. He was like holding, I don't remember, but Angel Pagan just tackled him, just grabbed him and threw him down. I loved it. Now, I love when fans run on the field as well. And just as much as that, I like when they get stuck. I like when they get hit with a Goldberg spear at the 40-yard line by the one security guard that's actually in decent shape. I love it. Maybe I just like chaos, but it's like when people put themselves in harm's way and then harm walks that way and they meet somewhere in the middle, dude. I kind of like it, dude. I kind of like it. Because if you don't want to get punched by an athlete, be cool. You know? If you're average male height, which is what, like 5'9", 5'8", 5'9", or something, I think is like world average. I don't know. If you're like average height and you're mouthing off, saying all these personal insults to someone that's 6'7", and they run up and down a court all day, so their conditioning is crazy, there could be consequences. And I'm going to be back there with a huge grin on my face when those consequences knock on the door. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. Any of the folks over at Sprite or in the chat. Research, and it was Warriors Pistons 77 playoff series. I found a random enjoyment in watching Little League baseball fights. Oh, the Little League ones make me sad. When like the parents fight, those ones make me sad. Maybe it hits too close to home, you know. My last season playing baseball as a kid, pops would show up and just be belligerent. And yeah, so maybe that's why. But it's like not the kid's fault, you know? Is it? Wait, do you watch the kids fighting or the parents? Like the parents fighting the umps? It's messed up, man. It's messed up, dude. Anyways, what else is up, dude? Who else got punched in the face? I don't know what else to say, dude. Go watch the Malice of the Palace thing. The Malice of the Palace documentary they put out. It's cool, but I hate that they acted like they drowned kittens or something. They're acting like it was the most horrible thing to ever happen. No, it was fantastic. That's what it was. That's what it was. It was fantastic. Now maybe if it went too far and someone got curb stomped. Someone got curb stomped on the baseline, right? And they were like paraplegic for the rest of their life or something. Maybe that would have been bad. But the people who got punched, they were in the documentary still yapping, dude. Get out of here. Get out of here, dude. That one guy got so lucky that Jermaine O'Neal slipped. You remember that? Jermaine O'Neal ran across the whole court with his arm cocked. He ran the whole court like it was an anime, dude. All I saw behind him was like flashing colors, and he's just right. And he goes to punch the guy and slips and slides, so it was a slide punch. But if he didn't slide, dude, and he was able to stick that foot, that guy's head might have ended up in the mezzanine. You know? Parents fights suck, but the kids ones, okay, that's fun. You got to send me one, because I don't think I've seen one. Hockey parents are worse, are they? Jeez. Roots won at the Coliseum, finally. Didn't think I was going live, right, guy? Dude, I haven't missed a live since I did the thing. The North Carolina Senator says he's going to step down and not run for office in 2020, and he's voting against the big, beautiful bill. Why do they always do that, though? Why do they take a stand right when they're quitting? They always do that. Or they quit and they're like, yeah, I didn't like that. Like, well, then stay and do something. Coward's way out. Anyways, look, dude, I loved Ron Artest punching fans. Sue me, dude. Get your lawyers. Get your lawyers. Draft up some paperwork. I'll see you in court. And that's it. And that's it. Sprite, zero sugar, chill, cherry lime, everybody. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. Look, man. I don't chirp to athletes like that. I'll boo them and talk about the game, but like when you take it too far, especially you talk about someone's dead mother, dude, Cattell Marte should be able to put that guy in a chokehold and take him down. And you may ask, like, well, is there a difference between like on the street? Because on the street, if someone said that, I wouldn't say like, oh, you should be able to fight them. I mean, like, part of me wants to, but I want to be civilized, dude. I like to be civilized. I'm a sweetie pie. What can I say? I think the difference is these athletes, their whole livelihood and their bodies are put on the line for our entertainment. So when we take it too far and we kind of exploit that vulnerability, maybe they should exploit some of our vulnerabilities back, you know, with their big giant hands. Yeah, take their big giant hands and exploit our vulnerabilities since we're exploiting theirs. I love Meta World Peace, dude. I love the fact that he changed his name to Meta World Peace after jumping into the stands and fighting 6 people at once. Tell Marte, dude, you have permission to punch that fan if you see him again. I'll donate to the GoFundMe for your lawyer fees. Ron Paul's also voting. You mean Rand Paul? One more person to vote. This is pretty crap. Found and saw your Arco Arena video today. Loved it. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. That was definitely a good time. Just sent one in the Discord. All right, I'm not gonna watch it now because every time I watch videos on here, it gets the live stream blocked, and that's no bueno. All right, what else was I gonna talk about? If there's any more funny things about athletes punching fans, I'll go back. Oh yeah, all right. So if you saw in the thumbnail, since Gabriel was crying, right? Gabriel wanted to cry. This is what was in the thumbnail. You guys know what this is? Huh? You guys know what this is? I pulled this down with my bare hands from Candlestick Park. So these are on the wall before the doorways into the suites. The Lexus Luxury Suites. There's a bunch of them. We sneakily got these. We got probably about 5 or 6 of them. This is mine, and some of my friends got the other ones. But I don't think I've ever shown it on the live stream, so I just wanted to show it. I actually just put it on eBay, you know, because I'm trying to save money for Disneyland, because it ain't cheap, you know. What's your plans for 4th of July? I'm working, so not much, you know. Not much. Are you going to Blue Bayou? I don't have reservations. I would love to. Last time we were able to kind of just go ask, and they let me and my niece go. This time, I mean, I love Blue Bayou, but you know, this trip, money's gonna be real tight. So I don't know if we can splurge on things like Blue Bayou, unfortunately. But we'll see. If I can sell more of my 49er tickets, then maybe. But yeah, this is from Candlestick. And I pulled this off the wall with my bare hands, dude. My bare hands. If anyone wants to buy it, I don't know. What's my eBay account shop? I don't have anything else on there except for this. I've just been buying stuff, but it's just like Sco Dylan or something. Dylan Sesco. I don't know. I don't want to sell it, but I also want to take my niece to Disneyland and not worry about being able to get home because I don't have gas money. You know what I mean? I don't know what else to do. It's just a sign, you know? But it's from Candlestick, baby. Woo! If you go watch... Here, I can watch my own stuff, right? I won't block my own stuff. I'm going to find... I'll show you guys. I think it's in my old Candlestick video. I'm talking about years ago Candlestick video, not the recent one. Not the one from last year, rather. Let's see if I can find it. But I think in the video, I think it has the clip of us taking these down. But I do have the clip of us taking these down somewhere. All right, I'll tell you a funny story about it since there's nothing else to talk about, really. So we took a couple of these, right? And I started feeling bad because everyone just started grabbing these and was running to each suite and trying to pull these off. And the tour guide, Amanda Tugwell, she did all the tours. She was the best tour guide ever. This chat's a little big. She was kind of like, okay, that's enough. But my big group of friends, they were scavengers, dude. It looked like, you know, in Mad Max when they find like a car or something, like that kind of world. They find a bus and they just start taking off scraps. So like Jawas in Star Wars. That's what happened. All right, let's see if this is. Shout out Wooly. It's my boy Wooly. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, these tours were so much fun, man. These tours running down the hall, you know. This was such a good time. Such a good time. Oh, right here, right here. I think this is one of the clips. Watch. Right here is when we were like grabbing them. I don't think I put the whole clip, but that's one of them. Wooly got one of them. He strums it like a guitar. Good times, man. Good times. Oh, Bill Walsh Field. Yeah, I miss Candlestick, man. I miss Candlestick for sure. But yeah. I got a piece of it. I don't have a seat yet. But I got this, dude. But I got that. Alright. My monitor went to the underworld, had to physically rip it apart and put a new one. Man, that sucks. Only Republican I see myself in is Ron Paul is the libertarian, so I don't like. I'm not a fan. That's from Candlestick. It sure is, dude. No, it's from Candlestick. Going to Coloma during 4th of July weekend. Nice, dude. I went there last year with my cousin. We didn't film an episode. We did take some photos and did some research for the book we've been working on for 2.5 years. One day it'll be finished. I'm a huge Niners fan. Sick. Blue Bayou's not really good. Kind of disappointing. Yeah, it's just what you got, Evie. All right. But also, do you like anything? Do you like anything? Because you always seem to not like anything. Giant credit card? Dude, I should actually. When I go to Blue Bayou and I go to pay, I'll just put this in the little thing. Here you go. Here you go. Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't sell for Disneyland, I'm just gonna keep it because, like I said, I'm just fundraising for Disneyland. I'll keep it, but I think my brother might have one actually. I don't think Cole's watching this week. He hasn't said anything, but Cole, if you're watching, do you have one of these too? I think you do. If he has one, then I'll definitely sell this one because then we still got one in the family, you know. Since I do have the Arco Arena basketball, that's supposed to be his. Only helping out in the demolition. Yeah, that's kind of how I thought about it. I'm like, well, this stuff. What are you gonna do with this stuff, anyways? Only thing I grabbed on my Candlestick tour is painted end zone grass, which I've lost somewhere in my house. Oh man, I have painted 50-yard line grass. I think it was from the 0 of the 50-yard line from the Oakland Coliseum. In what year did the Raiders come back? 94 or 93? I don't. It's from 94 or 95. I have to look it up and remember. But I got grass from the 0 on the 50-yard line. Yeah. Wasn't the last event in Candlestick USM? No, it wasn't. It was they had what's his name? Paul McCartney did a concert, and then they had, it's in my video, but they had a Legends of Candlestick flag football game. Just rewatched this Candlestick video last night. Mine? The old one? Like the original? This is one of the first videos we put out. Was the stick better for football or baseball? Better for football, but I mean, baseball was so much fun there, but I was a kid, so you know. Yeah. Diamador Lenore, I didn't see the specifics, but I thought people said it was kind of nonsense, his arrest. I don't know. But wait, Josie, they came back. Wait, they came back in '95? No, because they were in Oakland for the. They were in Oakland for the throwback year, weren't they? Yeah, they were. Cause they weren't LA Raiders when Jerry Rice broke the record. So that's how I know I'm getting old, because I used to just know this stuff, you know? And then now I'm like, wait, when did so-and-so do the thing? Oh, it was 95. What the hell? Wow. It was 95. Why did I think it was 94 at least? I thought it was 93 or 94. Crazy. Crazy. Anyways, yeah. What do you guys have any pieces of Candlestick or old places? We got this. What else I got? What else do I got? I got Rickwood Field dirt, everybody. All right. Neighbor's kid screaming. I promise he's okay. Okay? If you hear a child screaming, it's because he just learned to scream. And the neighbor just lets him do it. What else do I got? I'm floundering here, folks. I didn't know what to talk about today. I've already shown all this stuff, dude. Watch the other live streams, I guess. I showed you guys this little candlestick, right? I think I did. Yeah, I'm gonna do a TikTok of all my mini candlesticks also, because I got a bunch of these. I don't know, man. You know? I don't know. Bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum ba-da-doo ba-da-doo. And that's it. What else is going on with you guys? Any place outside of Oakland should be in. I can't believe 94 was still the LA Raiders. I don't know why that blows my mind. You said game 1 of the World Series. I knew you were old and your memory was gone. Dude. All right, so you watched the other candlestick video. You watched the second candlestick video. I don't know. I don't know what happened, man. It's just in my head I was thinking it was the first game at Candlestick in the series. I will always regret that I made that mistake. But I guess the good thing is it engagement farmed, because it got a whole bunch of people leave the comment, well, actually, it's game 3 of the World Series, stupid. I'm like, dude, I know, man. You know, I know. My grandma was there, dude, I know. And then this jerk was celebrating a few weeks later. Did you hear about the new Alamo Draft House in Santa Clara? I did. That'll be cool. So you're wearing Pope Leo hat. That's a good call out. I like this White Sox hat. I think was this 1917? Yeah, 1917. Comiskey Park. I didn't know what hat to wear. I barely ever get to wear this hat because I usually wear like, you know, a Giants hat or something, or team hat. But every once in a while when I just can wear whatever hat, throw on this. Then I was thinking, all right, I'm wearing my Neon Museum shirt, right? And I'm wearing the Chicago hat for the Chicago outfit, dude. We like the mob. We like mob stuff. Still never been to the one on Mission. I don't remember if I have either. Missed the part about players punching fans, but it definitely needs to happen more often. Yeah, no, that's what I said. You're doing clickbait with the game 1 talk. Didn't know you were that type of content creator. Oh, man. He caught me, dude. He caught me. Now that I think about it, I shouldn't have worn this hat since the White Sox just whooped us. So I'm a bad fan. It was just on the shelf and I grabbed it. I wasn't wearing it all day. I literally threw it on for the live stream. So And this is what I always say, dude. It ain't what on you. It ain't what's on you. It's what's in you. You know what I mean? But that was bad timing. I'm a bad fan. Malice in the Palace should be an American holiday. Yeah. No, I said it was one of my favorite sports memories ever. I love it. What else is going on, dude? Almost delete my Disneyland videos. I don't know. Dude, I tried cooking today, and dude, I suck at cooking. All right, sue me. Have your lawyers draft up paperwork and sue me, dude. I suck at cooking. I over-seasoned the ground beef. Okay. I was trying to just make something simple. I had ground beef that was in the freezer for like a month and a half now. I'm like, I gotta use this. Made some ground beef, seasoned it, some cheese, and and I had refried beans that were like almost expired. So I was just like trying to use stuff. And I was trying to make like tacos, but like I don't have any tortillas, so I was just like, yeah. And I overseasoned it. Dude, sue me, dude. And here's the thing that just sucks. Like, I value time over money. So, like, I don't do a whole lot of cooking nowadays. I have in the past. There's been times in the past where I have. But now I hardly ever do because I just try to save time. Because, like, what sucks is, like, I made the food. I have leftovers because it was a whole thing. Whole pack of ground beef. I have more I can eat later. But, like, dude, I have so much stuff to clean now. You know? I got so much stuff to clean now. It's just I stress too much, dude. I stress too much to spend that much time cooking. I'd rather just have a ready-made meal. Like, I was doing Factor for a while, but Factor kind of, Unless they want to sponsor me, then it's fantastic. But, it was not very good. But dude, I wish I could cook. But I suck. I just suck. I always overdo it with ingredients. That's the problem, because I'm always like, it's my anxiety. I'm like, what if I didn't put enough and then it's bland and it sucks? But the thing is, you can always put more. You can never put less once you're too far. You know what I mean? I used to be able to make a few things like pretty good, but I feel like I'm out of practice. Making out to training camp? Possibly. We'll see. If I can get the tickets, you know, they make it harder every year. I tried cooking. It's so funny. So, but wearing it when they play your team is just unacceptable. I know. No, dude, I'm stupid. In my defense, I did fall asleep on the couch and forgot what was going on. And I woke up late for the podcast and just grabbed whatever I saw on the shelf. Over seasoning is better than under seasoning. See, that's what I'm afraid of. Somewhere she was cooking chicken. The house smelled like she was cooking raw chicken and water. Ugh. Really don't do the prepaid meal service, but they're so expensive. Yeah, I was doing Factor, and no good. It, like, after like a week, you're like tired of all the meals and just like, unless they want to sponsor me. Unless someone from Factor's in the chat wants to sponsor me, dude. Get HelloFresh. Dude, is that what you're always cooking? Is that HelloFresh? Because that actually looks pretty good. But here's the thing, dude. I like time over money. So it's like, I hate spending. Actually, the time cooking isn't what makes me mad. It's the time having to clean everything. Because I have 2 pans to clean now from the beans and the ground beef. I got 2 bowls to clean now. I got 2 forks to clean now. I got the not spatula, whatever. Wooden spoon I use. Like, I have to clean all that now. That's what irritates me. Dude, I'm like, all right, if I go somewhere, dude, who out there is one of those people, if you go somewhere, do you just circle around looking for street parking? If it's like a, you know, condensed place like San Francisco or something, like, how many of you circle around looking for street parking, dude? Going up and down each street? Never. I will never, dude. I will get street parking if it's readily available and like right outside whatever venue I'm going to. But otherwise, dude, I'm going straight to a parking garage and I'm paying a premium to not think about it. Okay? Because I stress too much. And I'm not going to spend time hunting down a parking spot. Same with a parking lot. In a parking lot, busy parking lot, I just go to the back corner, dude. And then I get my steps in. But I am not circling the block looking for street parking. And whenever I'm with someone, they're like, oh, just look for street parking. What? What? You look for street parking, dude. And I'll be in the parking garage, safe and sound, dude. I'm out here hunting. I'm out here hunting for a parking spot. Who am I, Indiana Jones, dude? Looking for treasure? Dun 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 dun. There's a parking spot. No, dude. No, I'm not Indiana Jones. I'm not on the search, dude. The parking spot belongs in a museum if you find it. Because it ain't for me. Dun 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 dun. As you try to parallel park into a spot that's clearly too small. And the signage is unclear, so you very well might get a fine. Dun 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 dun. You're reversing. That's reversing. Sorry, I hit the microphone. I'm sorry if that was loud. I changed the volume of the mic, I think. Whatever, dude. You get it. Right? Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. No, dude. No. I have too much anxiety and stress for that. The only thing that sucks is a lot of the parking garages are so much more expensive than they used to be. You know, it used to be like $10. Now, dude, I think the parking garage across from Pier 39 in San Francisco, the official one that has the walkway connected to it, the Skywalk, dude, that's like $40-$50 or something. Hey, dude. Hey, doors that way. I'm gonna need you to leave. Yeah, get it. Come on, get your stuff. Pack up. You gotta go. Pack up. You gotta go, dude. That's crazy. You can go down the street to the one by the In-N-Out, and it's way less. Or at least it used to be. That was my go-to. And you can just walk. Dude, I'll get my steps in. Way before I'll be on the hunt, dude. Looking for a parking spot. Dude, who am I, Boba Fett, dude? What? Get out of here. You got that YouTube money? Yeah, dude, my 200 views really go far. My 200 views really get, I'm living a life of luxury here. Cooking large amounts of chicken in your meal prep. That's what I used to do, Paul. I used to just do a bunch of chicken and rice and stuff, but, I tried to mix it up. I'm using a soup. Cooks chicken. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I have an air fryer and stuff. I mean, I'm fine. I just messed up today. I just over-seasoned it a little bit. When it comes to street parking, you definitely drop out of the race. Absolutely. I'm a legendary street parker. I almost never pay for parking. Dude, sometimes you've told me where you park for games. I'm like, nah, dude. Nah. And then I'm going to get bipped too? On top of that, I have the stress. I have the stress of having to hunt down a parking spot. There's one. It got away. I have that stress, and then I have to figure out the signage. Don't park here every second Thursday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. if your car's red. Like I gotta. Now I'm doing trigonometry. So you want me to hunt? You want me to chase down treasure, dude? Dun 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 dun. You want me to do trigonometry and calculus to figure out if I'm gonna get a ticket or not, or get towed? And on top of that, I might get bipped. Someone's going to steal my phone charger and break a window that's going to cost me $400 to replace? You're wild. You're wild to ask those things of me. The worst in San Francisco for multiple reasons. City's never designed to have vehicles. Yeah, no, it's definitely worse in San Francisco. Yeah. There's cities for parking in Seattle because there isn't much of it and it's ridiculously expensive. I mean, yeah, San Francisco is the worst place I've ever been as far as finding parking, for sure. $20 is like a steal for parking garage, but I've seen $100 parking in LA, New York. I've never seen $100 for like just day parking. Chicago's parking infraction tickets. What? Yeah, I know Philadelphia is notoriously like their parking attendants are like crazy. There was even a show. There was a reality show about Philadelphia parking attendants. It was wild. Air fryers are legendary. Yeah. Don't have anything showing in your car and you won't get bipped. Dude. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I've seen bippers just... here's the thing. Bipping isn't as big of a problem as it used to be, actually. They've actually done a pretty good job. It's still around, but I've seen bippers go just down the block every car. Now, a lot of times that'll be like late at night. I'm not going to get into it, but there's different types of bipping. There's your daytime going after the tourist bipping, and then there's the nighttime hit a whole block bipping. They're typically different, so it depends, but... No, you can absolutely have nothing showing and you could still get bipped, especially if you have tinted windows. So I take public transportation to SF. Yeah, I try to. But if I go to SF, I have my favorite parking garages. I just go straight to the parking garage. And that's it, dude. I'm not Indiana Jones right now. I'm Indiana Jones a lot of the time. I'm very Indiana Jones. Junior? But not right now. Right now I'm not Indiana Jones, dude, and I'm parking in the garage. And guess what, dude? I'll sing the song as I drive up the ramps. Dun 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 dun. Sue me, dude. Get your lawyers to draft up the paperwork and sue me. I'll see you in court. I heard you're a legendary bipper. That's crazy, dude. I'm not a thief. I'm a sweetie pie. So anyways, yeah, dude. I'm not Indiana Jones. American Airlines almost stole money from me the other day. You guys want to hear about it? Okay, here it goes. And this is not if if American Airlines, if someone from American Airlines is in the chat right now and you still want to sponsor the channel, I'm open to that. This is not like an attack on American Airlines. This is an attack on a single individual that represented represented your company in a poor way. And I'm just trying to help you guys out. So if you want to sponsor the channel, I would love to be sponsored by American Airlines. American Airlines Center is one of my favorite arenas in the NBA. So look, we got a lot of connections already. So I'll make this short because this is super boring. And I already told the Discord. But look, dude. So I was trying to eyes up. I was trying to book my flights for my niece for Disneyland, right? We're going in a couple weeks. And we need 2 one-way flights from different places. So DFW to San Jose. And then we're going to road trip down to Southern California. We're going to stay in LA. Then we're going to go to Disneyland. And then she's going to fly home LAX to DFW. Now, first flight, about $172. Second flight, $98, right? And now she's an unaccompanied minor, so that's $150 extra a ticket. Now, if you're a math whiz, which I'm not, that's a little less than $600, okay? A little less than $600 for everything, including unaccompanied minor. And I was going to fly her home from, like, John Wayne because obviously that's way easier than going all the way to LAX. But that was like $200-something a ticket, dude. And $98 just, it wet my whistle, dude. So I called once, I talked to a guy, but I didn't book it yet. And I called back the next day And for an unaccompanied minor, you have to call. You can't book online. You have to call. I'm not one of those people that calls customer service. I just have to. Okay. So I tried to book it. Was this Friday night? Try to book it. I call. They say it's a 2-hour wait. So they have the option to call back. So I put that, right? 3.5, nearly 4 hours go by. So I'm thinking they're not calling back. All of a sudden I get a phone call at almost 2 a.m, which is fine. I'm a night owl. But I answer. This lady answers. We're going through all the stuff. I tell her I need two one-way flights, blah blah blah. Give her all the info. There's some things that I say that she messes up where I'm already like, you're not very accurate, dude. Your free throw percentage is low. Your field goal percentage is low. You're chucking shots. You know what I mean? Your efficiency is not very good right now. All right? You're swinging at everything. All right? You're swinging way outside the zone. So that kind of already, I was kind of like, I don't know what's going on here. So she tells me a price. Or she just like skips ahead and is like, all right, you want to pay with credit card or whatever? I'm like, oh, that's just the first flight. I need the second flight now. Because she only did the first flight. She's like, oh, you said blah, blah, blah. I was like, I said 2 one-way flights. You said just one-way flight or whatever. I'm like, yes, I said 2 one-way flights. And you just jumped ahead. And now I'm a sweetie pie, dude. I'm so pleasant to talk to. But she got a little kind of like, oh, but you said, right? I'm like, no, ma'am. And I talk her down. Off the ledge, which is what I'm good at, right? I make people feel at ease. And she has to like start over, apparently, she says. We go through the whole thing again. First flight, I tell her the second flight. She keeps getting the airports wrong, right? She's still swinging. She's swinging at pitches in the dirt, dude. I'm like, no. I said LAX. She's like, San Jose? I'm like, no, that was the other flight. San Jose is done now. Now we're 450 miles from San Jose. Let's get that out of your head. Okay? So finally, we get it all in there, right? And she tells me it's almost $900. She said $800 something. I'm like, what? Hold on, wait, what? Hey, hold on. But it's 2 something in the morning. I really want this flight booked so I can stop thinking about it. And I'm like, all right, dude, here. And I give her my card number, but here's the thing. The card I'm trying to use, I was like, I don't think it has $800 on it. I think it has like $500 because no, it had like $700. And I was like, all right. So I tried to go transfer money real quick onto that card, but because it was 2 a.m, Saturday morning, basically, it wasn't doing like an instant transfer. You know what I mean? But I was like, here, try to run it. She tried to run it. Didn't go through. So I'm like, yeah, I got to transfer money. And she's like, all right, you have 24 hours. We'll keep the reservation. You have 24 hours to pay it. So I'm like, cool. I'll just wait for this money to hit. Maybe at like 6 a.m. when the bank's open or whatever, the money will transfer. So that's it. I don't pay, luckily. I go to sleep. I wake up and I'm like, wait a second, like $800. How did it get to $800? So I go back and I look at it all. I look at my reservation, and under my reservation, I can see cost summary, but it doesn't even say the whole cost. It doesn't even say the whole cost. It doesn't break it down. It's not itemized. So I'm like, what is going on? So I call back. I get this woman who's phenomenal, dude. She was great. She was fantastic. She even called out. She's like, yo, this is way more expensive. So she's like, oh, she tried to book it as a multi-city flight, which is basically like it connects the flights and it ends up charging you more than just doing 2 separate one-way flights. So she deletes that, rebooks it. It's like 500 something bucks. I pay, it goes right through. Everything's all good. But I guess my overall point is just double check that stuff, man. Double check it. Cause like I would have spent almost $300 extra for no reason. For no reason. Just because this lady was swinging at outside pitches, dude, way outside of the zone. You know? Just because she has no mid-range and she keeps shooting from the elbow. You know what I mean? Richard was bipping cars. Oh, man. You just lost your American Airlines sponsor? No. The second lady was great. She was so good. The second lady was so good that I stayed on the phone for the survey, dude. And I gave her a glowing review. And guess what? Before she got off the phone, I told her, I said, you know what? I wish I would have got you the first time I called. You were great. Thank you so much. You know? Long Beach used to be a very unique airport experience. Yeah, Long Beach is super easy, but they don't have any flights to DFW that I saw. Or American Airlines doesn't anyways. The thing is, not all the airlines have the unaccompanied minor thing. We did American Airlines yesterday, and I loved it. The whole process was great. They were very they had care and concern, and the girl that was with the chaperone or whatever, that was with my niece, was wonderful. So I just trusted them, so I wanted to go through American. I don't think they go to Long Beach because they had no Long Beach flights. But I looked at Long Beach, Burbank, Santa Ana, because I was like, that might be easier. But LAX, dude, $98, hard to beat that. The Shaq free throw percentage, yeah, dude, I don't know what was going on. That's why I can use some attitude to get my point across. Oh, I never use attitude, dude. I'm so sweet. Dude, I butter them up. When someone's being naughty, dude, I butter them up. I butter them up, dude, and I kill them with kindness. And pretty soon I got them eaten out of the palm of my hand. You know, eaten out of the palm of my hand because I am a sweetie pie, dude. Their guard falls, right? The walls come down, dude. They're vulnerable. They're susceptible to maybe shedding a tear or two as they finally feel seen and heard. Now, that's what I do with customer service. Okay? First lady's acting like she gets commission. I know, right? Like, first of all, she booked it wrong in the first place, and then she booked it wrong in the second place. But whatever. I saved money. Flights booked. We're all good, dude. Here's another stupid thing I did. Oh, I have 2 stories about this. So last year, similar situation. Always double check your stuff, dude. Because I booked the Tropicana Inn right across the street from Disneyland. It's my favorite motel on Harbor Boulevard by Disneyland. Lots of wonderful memories there as a kid when it used to be dirt cheap. And it was sort of just not a roach motel, but it was not super nice, right? They've upgraded. It's way nicer, way more expensive, but the memories are attached to it. So last year when we went, I wanted to bring my niece there and give her the whole experience that I had as a kid, where you're right across the street from Disneyland, because we never stayed at the Disneyland Resort hotels or anything like that. Those are always too expensive, but you get kind of a similar feel. You're right there. You're the closest to the entrance that you can get. You just walk right across the street. You got a McDonald's there. Tropicana has its own mini mart, so you got snacks and beverages right there. It's a great experience. So we did that. I booked it super early, and it was like $2,000. It was so much, and I was like, oh my God, right? Oh my God. Luckily, I booked it like 5-6 months in advance, like super far in advance. I double checked like a month away. I double checked, and there was a new deal. They had a new flash deal or something, and I was able to rebook it for like $600 less. So always double check that stuff. But I did something stupid for this trip. So we're going down there like the 14th or 15th. Disneyland's birthday is the 17th. And I'm a dummy because I booked the Tropicana for the 17th. So we were going to stay somewhere else for the first couple days and then go to the Tropicana. But I'm stupid and I booked it for the 17th, which means we will have to leave Disneyland's birthday festivities to go check into the other place. And that's stupid. That's a stupid thing to do. But he did it. He's still cute as button though. You know, he's still got this big zit right here that won't go away. Right? Way too old to be getting zits right on the cheek, but he did. But he did. Sue me. We like Penta, big fans. That's true. We do. Most of the time I don't use attitude to be fair. I've got enough West Coast in me to not come off angry. Well, that's good. Don't even remember the hotel I stayed at when I went to Disney. It was near the McDonald's. Yes, that is right by the Tropicana. Tropicana is 2 doors down from the McDonald's on Harbor Boulevard. So you were probably right in the same area, or you might have been at the Tropicana, dude. There's no one day on that trip to Disneyland Dad took me on a walk saying he was disappointed in me. He tried to make it up to, oh man, why was he Bro, that took a really sad downward turn, you know? Well, that was a gut punch, huh? Also, they're building a whole new entryway on that side of the park, so the whole thing's going to change. I think I showed you guys that a couple weeks ago on the live stream, but yeah. So we're going to stay at the Tropicana, but I'm an idiot and I booked it for the same day as the festivities. So, because, you know, for the birthday, I want to go in at like rope drop, you know, get there early and line up. I think for the 60th and for the 50th, we got there at like 5, 6 in the morning and lined up. I was hoping to do that, but now I don't know because we'll have to check out of the other hotel, have all the stuff packed. I don't know where we're going to keep it. But the good thing is my aunt and uncle are going to be there, and my mom might be there and book Tropicana for the first couple days, and then we'll have that. So we'll see. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But that was just a dumb thing to do. Yeah. Rest in peace, Dave Parker. I didn't say that yet. The Cobra passed away. Always fun to watch his highlights and stuff like that. Definitely seemed like a character. He was before my time, but you know what it was? Like, when I was a kid, I had a bunch of hand-me-down baseball cards and stuff, so I had a lot of baseball cards from, like, the early 80s and stuff that, you know, players I didn't really get to watch or remember watching. And so, like, Dave Parker is one of those guys where I think about, like, having his baseball card, you know, and just being like, I didn't really get to watch this guy too much. But I knew he was a legend. And then when you get older, you see highlights and, you know, you see all the career moments and, you know, amazing moments with the A's and stuff. And so it's like, you know, you learn to appreciate it in a different way, I guess. And Dave Parker just always seemed like just really fun to watch. Caught me watching, but whoa, dude. Whoa. What is going on? Whoa, dude, your story is all over the place. Oh my God. All right. Well, hey man, you know, hey, I'm not saying you deserved it. I don't think you did, but that is hilarious. And I am sorry if that's trauma or anything, or sorry, but that is hilarious. I was making a joke. It wasn't that. Okay. I love the joke. All right. I've eaten at Mimi's Cafe. Are you doing Lightning Lane? I think we added Lightning Lane. I'll have to double check, but if not, I'll try to add it. If, like I said, just money's really tight this trip, but I'm going to try if I didn't already. I think I already added it though, but I bought our Disneyland tickets months ago. Like, we've had the Disneyland tickets because I was worried about reservations also. So like, as soon as we could make reservations for July, I got the tickets. And I'm just, the only money I want to really spend other than, like, The only thing I'm worried about is food. Like food adds up quick at Disneyland, you know? Turkey leg here, dude. Milkshake there, and suddenly you just spent $70 in one day, you know? The only thing I want to get magic bands because you can go find the card things. There's like these souvenir cards and you scan your magic band and it spits out a card. I want to do that. So like I might only get her a magic band and then we could just go around and get duplicates for both of us. I don't know. But if maybe we'll both get magic bands. I don't know. It's kind of unnecessary, but I really want to do kind of a mini scavenger hunt to find all those cards. And then I wanted to just get us like matching 70th shirts. That's really the only like expense I was planning on. Besides food, of course, which is scary. And that's why I'm selling all my 49ers tickets. Woo! Are you going to get the magic key? Probably not. I had one last year and I only used it one extra day besides that trip. So I don't know. It depends. I'm going to see how much it is because like we already got 5-day tickets. So at the end of the trip, I can see how much more it is to add magic key for the rest of the year. But I'm not really planning on going to Disneyland for a while. I want to start going to other places. I want to start going to the Midwest and the South and stuff. So I don't know. That's why I'm happy I was a baseball card collector as a kid. Taught me about players I never got to watch. Yeah, and back then you would look at the cards and you would, read the stats and it gave you like an idea of who this player was without even watching. So yeah. Looking back, he's probably mad at me for manners or something. 10, 11 years old. Ah, okay. Just found your eBay listing for the candlestick sweet sign. Yeah, I put it expensive just to see if I get lucky. Because if not, I'll just keep it. You know what I mean? Magic Key is not the annual pass. 70th annual collectible. Oh, you're talking about that. I thought you meant the Magic Key because that's what they call the annual pass now. I don't know. My niece wants to get it. She wants to do it. If I have extra money, but I already told her that money's tight, so I said instead of the key, we might just get the magic band so we can, because the souvenir tickets I think are cooler than the pin, because you only get one pin per key. So like to me the tickets are cooler, so I'd rather get us both magic bands and go do that, and there's more places to find them. It just seems way funner to me. But if I have some extra cash, like if I'm feeling all right, I told her I'd get her one. So yeah, I'm not gonna get one. I'll get her one though. I'm gonna buy it just to give you a negative review. Dang, dude. What else is going on, huh? What else is up, dude? What's the deal, guys? Huh? What's the deal, dude? They don't do magic bands anymore? What do you mean? I just looked. I was just going to buy one the other day. What are you talking about? Magic Band Plus. Disney Magic Bands. I was looking online. I didn't like any of the ones online, really. So I was hoping to just get one at the World of Disney store before we start the trip, since we are going to be there a few days early. I might just get a plain one and then see what she likes. I kind of like this Tinkerbell. That's kind of dope. I always like the lantern. You know, I'm a lantern guy, right? So I like the lantern with Tinkerbell in it. I always thought that was dope. Most of them are like girly. Ooh, the 70th one is cool. It's kind of too many colors. Ooh, the up one is cool with the grape soda. But like I'm not gonna do a Star Wars one. I'm not gonna do Figment is cool, but that's Disney World, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna do Monsters Inc. I'm not gonna do like, I don't want to do a movie. I want like a Disneyland one. So I guess my only option is either just a plain colored one or the 70th. Dude, speaking of Pocahontas, dude, I know that movie is so historically inaccurate and it's got so many problems. But man, I like that movie. It's such a fun movie. Such a good movie, dude. Colors of the Wind, dude, slaps. Would you take the kids to California, Great America? Yeah, wanted to take my niece there when she was just here with me last week, but again, just I'm trying to save money, so we didn't. But yeah, I definitely want to take her, and if my nephew was around. My nephew's too small right now, but like I would definitely want to take them before it closes. So I got like a year or two, hopefully. $100? How'd you send me $100, dude? What are you talking about? Why? Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Thank you. That's incredible, but bro, that's incredibly kind. But you don't need to do that. San Jose Giants game July 19th. Bro, I'll be at Disneyland. I just told you we're going July 17th for 5 days. So till the 22nd. I would definitely go. We're leaving like the 14th or 15th. I'll be back like the 23rd. We'll try to remember. Last year, I almost forgot to do the live stream while we were there. Disney isn't known for making historically accurate films. Yeah, no, it's not at all, but it's such a good movie. All right, send you on Venmo. Bro, you didn't have to do that, man, but needs extra enjoyment as well spent with her. Bro, that's very kind to you, man. Like, thank you so much. And I guess just to I don't know how to say it. Like, just to make it feel worthwhile, like, my niece is incredible. Like, I know you guys have seen her on some of my live streams and videos, but she's one of the best people on planet Earth. Like, I'm so proud of her. My little brother Jet too, just like the incredible people they are. And just to give you an idea, the day she was leaving last week, what day did she leave? Sunday night after the live stream, I think, or Monday morning. Yeah, it was Sunday night. She was just cleaning my apartment. And I was like, you don't have to do that. It's cool. I'll clean it. She's like, no, I'll clean. 12 years old, man. And she's just like, no, I got it. I'll clean it. I just want to like clean this up and blah, blah, blah. 'Cause we made a mess. She helped her brother. We gave him a bath and she watched him. Like she's an incredible older sister, definitely one of the best, big sisters you could ever have. And so she is incredible and she does deserve it. So thank you so much. I'll give her like a gift card, like a Disney gift card with the money. That's what we did last year. Bunch of people gave me money to give to her, so I just put it all on gift cards and gave her the gift cards. So thank you so much, man. Try to drag you to NASCAR. When's NASCAR and where? Wonder if Mulan was more of a Chinese fairy tale or something of the sort. I'm not sure. I don't have any kids. I don't have a girlfriend. I want them to have fun, dude. I'll let her know too. I'll show her your pictures and stuff and be like, hey man, this a buddy of mine I met at the Oakland Coliseum. Appreciates you enough to want you to have a good time here and get a magic key. So we'll get her the magic key and we'll send a video and all that. We'll do all that. So thank you, man. How much stuff did your nephew break? Bro. Where's my... So I had a Lego go-kart that I built years ago when I used to do go-karts. And it's just in pieces now. So, thank you, Frankie. And so I told him, I was like, everything over here, anything, ask before you touch it. But he would just run over here, grab something and run over and be like, can I touch this? He's awesome. He's awesome. She's more responsible than me at 23, dude. Yeah, she's great. Dude. I'm telling you guys, like last year when we went to Disneyland, I was so worried. Just like to spend a whole week with just an 11-year-old, and I've watched her before. I spent a couple days just me and her. We did a road trip from like here to San Diego before. We did a road trip from here to Tahoe before. But still, I was like, man, a week straight with an 11-year-old, like, oh, this might be rough. Like, I hope not. It was no complaints, dude. She's mature. You can have a conversation with her. Obviously, even more now 'cause she's, about to turn 13. But, dude, she's really like, I mean, she's like my best friend at this point. Like, that's like the person I want to kick it with more than anyone, Like, that's how cool she is. And I never would expect that of a freaking 12-year-old niece, but she's awesome. And me and my brother, we always talk about it. It's just like, how cool is she, man? Like, we're so lucky. We're such lucky uncles, But yeah, she's awesome. Also, to sweeten the deal even more, Brody's birthday is on the 16th. So we're going to be down there for her birthday. She's becoming a teenager while we're there, and I hate the idea of that. I don't want her to. I told her she shouldn't. I told her she should rethink the whole thing and just stay a kid. But we're not going to Disneyland that day. We're going to do hopefully some LA stuff. So I was like, what would be cool is like something like Griffith Observatory, and I'll bring my good camera and I'll do like a little, 13th birthday photo shoot for her or something. I think she would enjoy that. So I don't know. We'll figure out what to do, but that'll help her too, man. That'll be her birthday present. I didn't show this last week too, but Children's Fairyland in Oakland that we went to has some pretty cool pins. So they got the pin of the whale with the Fairyland logo on it. And I got souvenir. They call these magic keys also. It says Lakeside Park, Oakland, California. These are they have the boxes you go around and you put this in and it plays like a song, or it'll tell you the story of whichever fairy tale you're at. But yeah, Frankie and Brody are awesome, man. I'm a lucky uncle. Cole is too. Future Heartbreaker, dude, the kid's crazy, man. If it's Lego, you can rebuild it. Well, yeah, I can, but I didn't rebuild it because he just kept breaking it. I rebuilt it like 3 times. But he's gone now, so I can rebuild it. I buy a 49ers ticket or bobblehead, but I'm still a kid. I always feel bad when you say how nobody's buying. It's all good, bro. Like, I actually sold some tickets. We're okay. I'm trying to sell a couple more games so that just to have a buffer. And then we can make sure that at Disneyland we're not. Well, I mean, she's not going to be stressing, but I do have like a bunch of food gift cards and stuff. So I know we're going to eat. We have a place to stay. We're good. But, I guess it's one of those things where like at Disneyland, I for sure like to ball out of control, dude. I don't want to have to like worry about the money. I just want to only worry about the fun and the good times and the vibes. Because look, Disneyland meant a lot to me growing up. It was like my escape. It was like my happy place. It was like Candlestick Park and Disneyland were the 2 places I loved the most. And, I got in a lot of trouble sometimes. Like, you guys were here on the live stream when my father showed up, right? So you guys know. There was some trauma as a kid, and I was bad. I was always getting in trouble with school, all this stuff. But no matter how things went, I just knew that if I just got to the summertime, we were going to go to Disneyland. And so Disneyland became like my safe space, I guess. And that's the reason I love it so much. And, I love Disney stuff. Like Disney movies are cool and all that. But that's not like my passion. My passion is really the theme park itself. The theme park design, the ride design, the technology, like the way they, like if you don't know how they came up with audio animatronics, it really is incredible. Like I don't know how anyone figured that out. So I like that. Like that's what is my passion. So yeah, even as an adult, like when I became an adult, I would still use Disneyland as like my safe space, and I would go there like with my girlfriend at the time. We'd take her family and stuff, and it was the same thing. I worked a job I hated. I was stressed. I was a bitter person. I was an angry person. I was an aggressive person. Like I was just a person I didn't want to be. And in the same way, I would be like, just in 3 months we're gonna go to Disneyland. Just get to that, you know. And then we would go to Disneyland, and I would just be able to turn off my brain. And that's one of the reasons I like the Tropicana, because it's right across the street, so you can kind of feel like you live there for a week, you know. And that's why I like when I go, I'd rather go to Disneyland every few years and go for like a full week than go like every year, twice a year for 2 days. Like I like the immersive experience of just like feeling like I live there and I have no responsibilities besides having a ball, you know? And that's kind of what I'm trying to do for my niece. And yeah, so the reason I'm tripping on money is because I want that freedom. I don't want to have to think like, oh no, like we only have, few bucks left. We can't afford that little knickknack, or we can't afford extra churros. But my point is, don't worry. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to figure it out. I've been figuring it out my whole life. Your legendary uncle? Dude, I'm just a regular uncle. Your niece and nephew moved to Cali, or is that unlikely? Well, they lived here and then they moved, so I don't know. I could definitely... The thing is, like, they're doing really well where they're at in Texas. They're, like, outside Fort Worth. My niece is doing great at school. She was doing cheer. Now she's on the dance team. Frankie's still very young. But they're doing well, so, like... selfishly, I could say I want them to move back so they're closer, but like I want them to, more than my wants or desires, I want them to have a quality life. And if it happens out there, then I'm all for it. But that said, like I think Brody would like, she definitely has California in her, she's from San Diego. Like she definitely has California in her, and she definitely fits in. Take her to a Sparks game? Well, we might take her to the Valkyries game on the 14th before, and then we'll drive down the 15th. So there was extra tickets that Gamer Athletics and a group of people had, and they had 2 extra tickets, but then one of the tickets got offered to another friend, so now there's only 1 ticket. But I said, if 2 tickets come available, let me know. I'll take her, but I'm not going to spend extra money to do it, but we might end up going to the Valkyries game. We'll see. I had some family friends who had kids in 2010. Anyways, I remember holding them as babies, and now they're in high school. That's crazy. We were the type of student I would have gave lunch detention to on a regular basis. Yeah. I also have some tension with my father also. Tensions got worse when he remarried. I could see that for sure. That's how, that sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that. The thing is, all right, it's too deep of a conversation, but I wasn't like a bad kid just to be bad. Like I always was fighting a battle. That was my thing, where like I wanted to prove a point. So my brother Cole, when he was a kid, he was a bad kid. He would just do stuff to do stuff. No reasoning. No thinking. I just want to annoy people or cause a ruckus. But me, I had like a point. Like I'd be like trying to prove it, which is stupid because you're a kid and it's like these adults know better, but I thought I knew better, And then a lot of times when I got in trouble for fighting, I was like defending someone. Like I didn't just fight to fight. Not all the time. I definitely was a little brat sometimes, but I think that's the reason why a lot of me getting in trouble as a kid didn't really carry over, because it wasn't just egregious being bad to be bad. Like I would purposely not do schoolwork because I thought the teacher wasn't a good teacher. And then I would argue about it. But then I did also did really stupid, terrible things that make me cringe. Like, my mom always makes me feel bad about this, but you younger folks might not remember, but there used to be white dog poo, okay? And it was all over the place. There was white dog poo all over the place. It's referenced in Step Brothers, if you ever watched that movie. It's not really around anymore because it was I think it was like a certain calcium that used to be in most major dog foods, but it's not in there anymore. Like most of the major dog brands no longer have that ingredient. So you don't see white dog poo as much like you used to. But there used to be white dog poo everywhere, and it was dried poo, and it was white. And I was at school. I don't know if it was recess or something. I don't know what was going on. But I picked up the white dog poo, and I threw it at a substitute teacher. Just let it soak in, dude. Just think about it. Think about it. I threw dried up white dog poo at a poor substitute teacher for no reason. So yes, I did do really stupid things for no reason also, but a lot of the times I had a point. But that was not a time I had a point. I was just trying to make some older kids laugh. And that was really stupid. And what I didn't realize at the time, but my mom makes me feel bad about, was it was this new substitute teacher, and she was just trying to like get the students to listen and be nice, and this was like outside, so I don't know if she was like the yard monitor at the time or something. I don't know, but I think my mom talked to her when obviously she got called to come to the school, and that's one of the ones that will make me jump up at night out of bed, like because I feel so bad for her. I feel so bad for her. That was a terrible, terrible thing. But like I said, other times I was defending a kid that was getting picked on. I fought bullies a lot, but then sometimes I could be the bully too. So it was like, it was a little bit of both. That's how I feel about Oracle Park. Couldn't wait to finish the school year so I could start hitting up games every day. Yeah, for sure, man. Unk status, dude. I've been Unk status because stuff like working stuff means you don't have freedom to move wherever you want. Yeah, for sure. Personally, got some New Yorker in me. Ohio, Michigan, dude. I'm straight up Bay Area, and that's it. Some of my problems were because of behavioral problems. In 5th grade, dang. I was this old when I realized what that was. I never knew that was dog poo. Learn something new every day. Stupid stuff like taking PE, pick up basketball too serious, dude. I did that too. I got a lot of like sports fights. That was usual. Hopefully that substitute teacher gets their revenge on you one day. Well, I mean, I work very, very hard to try to be a good person, and I work hard to just like get ahead in life. And a lot of my life is still in shambles, so I think she got the last laugh. And look, my life is great compared to most humans in history. I'm aware of that. But where it is compared to the level or the amount I work and try to be a good person, I don't think it's fair. But that said, hey, I came a long way. Look, man. Substitute, I don't remember your name, but if you're out there, I apologize. That was a very, very terrible thing to do. It still bothers me to this day to think that I would do that to someone. And I hope it's not something that you carried with you because you were still a new substitute. I hope it didn't cause you to rethink your career in any way. And I hope that you've been able to continue your career and touch a lot of kids' lives, because I probably needed it. I probably needed it. And I didn't allow you that chance, and I apologize. And nobody deserves to have white dog poo thrown at them. Nobody. So, yes, I apologize, and I humbly ask for your forgiveness. I'm sorry. All right. Yeah, I think that substitute teacher pays your upstairs neighbors. Dude, you're probably right. Second, I think I'm working 70 hours a week long doing my hour plus work. I has to get 10,000 steps to lose weight. It's just not fair. I believe in you though, man. You got this. I think I'm down like 12 pounds in the past month. Hopefully, I was hoping to do like, I guess a month and a half, but I was hoping to have another 12 down. But ever since my niece and nephew were here, it's been flatline because I just kind of got on bad habits again. And while they were here, we got some pizzas and stuff, just bad habits. And then my fridge is full of ice cream and Otter Pops and stuff. And, I got to get rid of them. So I'm trying to eat them all. But, yeah, I'm not going to feel good for Disneyland. I was hoping I would, but I'm not going to be at my goal. So we'll see. But I believe in you. You got this. Don't make it any more money. See, that's why. Why'd you send me money, dude? Why'd you send me money? It's tough times. It's tough times for us. You didn't need to send money. Now I feel bad, dude. Now I feel bad. My niece is going to have an amazing time. Regardless. You live in an apartment, right? You donate to all the kids, right? I assume there's some kids that live in the apartments. Wait, donate what? Oh, the ice creams? Oh, I guess I could. I guess I'm just so contentious with my neighbors that I didn't even consider that. Yeah, I could find some kids. That sounded weird. I didn't like that. There's kids, and I would find their parents and offer them ice cream. Send you my college funds and kidney? Thank you, Tiosa. I appreciate that, man. Now working the Home Depot a lot so I get my exercise in. Oh, yeah, that's hard work, man. That's hard work. Yeah. One of these days, I'm going to talk about what I would do if I was super rich, because I've thought about this a lot. And all my workers would get paid like $50 an hour starting. Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter what your role is. Anything else, dude? Anything else? I got my birth certificate right here. What else do we need? Right? Rickwood Field pin? I mean, what else do you want, dude? Really awful sticker pin? I told you I'm no longer going to buy sticker pins. That is where I'm putting my foot down now. And I'm hoping I can take it further. It's just hard because I love this stuff. I love sports. I love collectibles and all that. So it's like if I go to a game and they got a cool pin, it's like I want it, but I want to try to support teams less overall. You know what I mean? 18 hours considered good in this line of work. I buy the A's, bring them back to Oakland, build the ballpark with my own money. Sounds like a plan. Can you show us your social security ID, please? Yeah, let me go find that. Mower also blew up, so I had to get a new one. One of my tree limbs came down. Dude, was it from storms? We had a tornado fly over. Oh my God. So you had a bunch of storms or what? I'll be at the Giants A's game in West Sacramento next Sunday. Oh, you dirty, rotten scoundrel, dude. You dirty, rotten scoundrel. You haven't been there for an A's game yet, right? I know you've been there for River Cats, but not for A's, if I remember correctly, right? Or did you go recently? I can't remember. I've been seeing, I'll just see random people going. Like, dang, you're there. I want to go for a River Cats game. I want the Dusty Baker bobblehead. I miss that. What is annoying about building stadiums? You got to make a deal with the politicians. It's such a big project. Yeah, but I mean, you should have to make a deal with the politicians, right? They represent the people. I mean, that's the idea. Obviously, it doesn't work that way all the time, but like, you know, two big storms. I was out with my robot mower trying to get my push mower to work. This tornado just popped out of nowhere. What? There was a storm out of nowhere in Lake Tahoe recently, like last week, that killed a bunch of people. We just signed Austin Barnes. That's funny. That's funny. Gabe posted in the Discord, but Gabe is not watching the live stream anymore, so I am not giving him any more attention. Wardell Van Loo got the what'd they get? The gold medal, right? Belgium won the gold medal in the Eurobasket. Okay, here we go. Man. That's wild. Dude, that's scary. That's crazy, man. Oh. Dude, I know. So, like, for you, this is like just your street or whatever. It's just normal. But it's just so cool for me to see because it's like, I see these other styles of neighborhoods across the country. And just seeing your style of neighborhood is like super cool to me. Because obviously it looks different than like the neighborhoods I typically see, like in California. There's some parts of California that look a little similar. Go out to like Merced, Atwater. There's some neighborhoods I remember that look like this kind of. But just like seeing the difference, like the siding on the house, the brick on the bottom right there, like that style of house. It's just cool to see, how, I don't know, different neighborhoods look. It's like cool to me. That's crazy though, man. Look at that. Dang. Was there a lot of damage or what? Or did it go swimmingly? I don't know. What was it like? Only been there once for a River Cats game like 8 years ago. Oh, okay. Dusty Baker bobblehead didn't look like him. I feel, yeah. It had the smile good, but that's about it. Fact you guys call tree branches tree limbs always makes me laugh. I think we say both interchangeably. Yeah, we probably say branches more than limbs though. Usually limbs, for us, limbs is if you're referring to something happening in the tree and it's still attached to the tree. You might say tree limb. Like if someone's hanging off, you'll say hanging on the tree limb. You might not say tree branch. That'll be interchangeable. But for the most part, I think we do say tree branch more. Small tornadoes on the Oregon coast. Like windstorms. Houses were built in 58 and they're considered ranch houses. They have 3 bedrooms and a sitting area in the kitchen. That's cool. Yeah, the siding, like we don't have that kind of siding for the most part. Like you'll see it occasionally, but you don't see it too often out here. When we moved to South Dakota for COVID, it was interesting seeing how a different state's neighborhood is. Yeah, dude, I love that. Like, dude, the first time I ever went to Texas and we were on the outskirts of Dallas and the neighborhood just straight up looked like what you'd see in Cops. Or like, dude, the neighborhood, I think it's in the members only video, but like the neighborhood I had to walk through to get to Rickwood Field, just this Alabama neighborhood. I was like, this is everything I expected. And it's funny because a lot of the differences I couldn't even point out. I just know it feels different, Like I know something about where the grass is and where the sidewalks are is different. But it's like sometimes I can't even tell why or what it is that's different. And I love that feeling of being in like, oh, I've seen a neighborhood like this, like in the movies. Like, I don't know. I love that. Walking through The neighborhoods in Alabama was so dope to me. Tree limbs, I heard tree limb crack didn't fall into the next storm. Wow. I think the first American I see say tree branches. Hmm. Hmm. Portland, Seattle suburbs have a bunch of cookie cutter suburbs. There's also plenty of outdoor activities. That's one thing that sucks about like the globalization of the world is like it's harder to tell different neighborhoods and stuff. Like all the like when they're building new developments, you could be in like Cincinnati or LA and it'll look the same, you know? Like I don't like that. I want every region, city, state, all that to have like their own style. And that's what sucks about like in San Francisco, they'll build like they need to build more housing, but then they'll just make it like generic condos that you see anywhere. And it's like, why don't you make it in like Queen Anne or Victorian style? Like make it match. Siding is another one we don't say here. We would have called that weatherboards. Oh, okay, okay. Weatherboards. I don't think I've ever heard weatherboards. Seeing South Dakota that there were no fences for the backyards. Dude, that's one I've seen for sure. Yeah. Had their own backyards and knew the lines. Yeah, no, in Alabama there were some of the backyards were like that. Just open. Like you could just walk through everyone's backyard. It was crazy to me. Like California is so like segmented off and people are so protective. That just like how I talk about like with the security at these sports venues, how crazy they are in California. Original 58 houses. Most of the houses have been upgraded and expanded, built in 88. Because the original house burned down. Oh, that's awful. Dude, that's awful. Cali can easily have the same outdoor activities as us. Suburbs in Connecticut were very different than what I'm used to. Yeah, dude, I like seeing how different like neighborhoods are and stuff like that. I think it's super cool. Um, yeah, I don't know what else. What else is going on? You know, what else is going on, dude? Um, yeah, Giants signed Austin Barnes. If anyone cares. Is there anything else I can show? I did have like some jerseys to some jersey concepts rather to look at, but it's like too many. It'll take too long. I got like a whole folder, so definitely one of these live streams I want to take some time to go through a bunch of those. Um, mm, just looking for cool stuff, you know. Is there any cool stuff to show? Um, oh, the Barry Bonds is finally getting a statue. They announced. They didn't announce anything concrete. They just said they're exploring it, working on it, whatever. I think Larry Bear said it, so I wouldn't expect it for a long time. I would think like at least a few years away, but who knows? Um, but that's cool. I kind of do want the pose, you know. I think that would be cool. Because we already got McCovey and Willie Mays doing the same pose. Unless they want some synergy, have them doing the same batting pose. Kind of the end of their swing pose. But the pitchers are all in different poses, so why do the you know why do the other guys got to be in the same pose? Yeah, no, dude, put this. Do the Barry hands up. Bond stands alone. That's what they can call it. You guys generalize it and call it siding. We kind of specify. Okay. Many brick houses. The East Coast has a lot of brick. Upstate New York has a lot of brick. Places like that. Northeast has a lot of brick. I think Rye Guy, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's a good amount of brick houses in the Pacific Northwest as well. You'll see them in California, but not a ton. You'll be at the Barry Bonds bobblehead game, dude. What time are you getting there to line up? That's what I want to know. Gonna do one. They should do it of the swing before when he was still skinny. He had a beautiful swing. Oh yeah, Cepeda's a different pose too. I forgot. Oregon has an urban growth boundary where it can go from urban sprawl to farmland. Yeah, my grandparents lived in a brick house in near Syracuse, New York, just outside Syracuse. So yeah, a lot of brick in the Northeast. I think there's probably a lot of brick. Paul, you guys probably got a lot of brick in Maryland. In certain, I think like I could be wrong, but like the rich neighborhoods out there, they probably got a lot of brick, big old brick houses. Some Nob Hill, Portland, more double brick. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what double brick is. So 4 hours early, dude. I think the line is gonna be stupid for the bobblehead. So I mean, I'm not gonna be here anyways. I don't think. Is it July what? July 20. Is it the 24th? I guess maybe I will be back, but I'll be at work. But I think I'll just try to buy the bobblehead later on down the road. And the thing is, I guess I'm not excited either because I don't really like the bobblehead. I think they made him look super goofy. So I don't know. You need to come to Annapolis, Maryland when you visit. I can take you to the Naval Academy. I was just looking at that on Google Maps actually a couple weeks ago. Looks so cool. I say the reason for brick in Oregon, Washington is because it was settled by people from New England. Yeah. Not just the rich neighborhoods in Maryland. Look at Baltimore. The hood is all brick. Yeah, that's true. A lot of those Hamsterdam. um so I think I mentioned it before, but just to put it out there again, I do have 4 history videos I'm working on right now. That I'm really excited about. Saw some like Wild West and California history. 2 of them is kind of a 2-parter. So actually, it was gonna be one full video, but it was kind of too long, and I was just like, you know what? I can just make this a separate video. So it's funny because the second video, it's gonna be just kind of a short video. It doesn't have like an intro or outro because I wasn't planning on doing a separate video, so I just gotta do narration. But I think it's cool. I think it's fun. Then we got some like kind of lost Bay Area Wild West Gold Rush history. Yeah, and that'll be. I'm trying to have them scheduled out so like while I'm at Disneyland and stuff, the videos will come out. Hoping to have the first one out. I guess this week would be nice, you know. Double brick means it's brick on the outside and on the inside exposed brick or drywall. Oh yeah, I think most of them will have drywall on the inside for sure. Coming stat, I will go to the A's game for the Lawrence Butler bobblehead. It is the Lawrence Butler bobblehead is awesome. It is awesome. They did a great job. Naval Academy looks cool. I'm kind of bummed. Like I like the Matt Chapman one. Barry Bonds bobble, I feel was kind of it looks goofy, and this Steph Curry one just doesn't make sense, man. He's just standing there in black shorts doing nothing. I don't know. Whatever. Build many brick veneer, which is brick skin tied to an internal timber frame. Dude, are you in construction or how do you know all this stuff? I hate to say this, Paul. My mom had a cousin who attended West Point. So he definitely got Army. His cousin is cool. He attended West Point. And he was gay. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to talk about, dude. You know, who cares what I have to say? Nobody cares. It's all over, dude. It's all falling apart. It's over. It's done. Yeah. It's done, dude. It's done. Yeah. I am a chippy. Now, what's a chippy now? Did I see the Elliot Ramos bobblehead? I don't remember what it looks like. It probably hit who he was well. Yeah, probably. Carpenter, okay. Okay. That's cool. The Curry one is weird. I didn't even go in there for the bobblehead. I was gonna go no matter what. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I want the Curry one just because it's a Curry one, but he's just standing there in black shorts, not doing nothing, dude. Hey, Steph. Steph was at the Valkyries game, by the way, so he finally went to a game. Yeah, he finally went to a game, dude. Anything else? Look, I don't need to go to the Barry Bonds bobblehead game because I already got it. All right, I already got it. I guess that'll do. Work for a few building companies as an estimator. Nice. Nice. I'm not big on the crossover bobbleheads. I'm not either. It's just Steph. I love Steph, obviously. So like he gets a pass, but I don't really like the crossover bobbleheads that much either. Like I'll take one if I find one cheap, but like I don't need it. There's only a few I really like. I love the Marshawn Roots one. That's because he's like he's involved in it. But like yeah, otherwise sometimes they're weird. But yeah, if you need Niner tickets at face value, free food, no taxes, no fees. I still got a couple games left to sell. Let me know. Join the Discord. We're having a blast in there, dude. Next week will be. Oh, next week I'm gonna do the live stream. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Next week. Oh no, it's at 11. Okay, next week I gotta do the live stream. Guess what, folks? I'm doing the live stream next week, and then I have to go to the airport to pick up my niece. Oh. I didn't even realize that. She's flying in next Sunday night, so that'll be cool. And then we're gonna go to Disneyland, dude. And all right, should I hold on before we go? I won't do a poll. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna do a Disneyland 70th birthday video. I wasn't gonna. I was just gonna enjoy it, but then I was like, you know what? I could just do a simple video. Don't stress myself out. Just take my camera and just film whatever, and however it turns out, it turns out. And that's on the actual birthday, July 17th. July 17th is the actual birthday. I was there for July 17th, 2005 for the 50th, and for July 17th, 2015 for the 60th. So we will be there for the 70th, and yeah, I'm trying to decide if I should just do it. Just enjoy it or do a very simple video. Yeah, I think I will. It's just, and the Disneyland videos I did got like no views, So, I don't know. Just do a fun 70th, record all the 70th items. Yeah, you're probably right. I'll probably just do that. I might just bring the Osmo, make it easy. Just do a simple video. I think that's the plan. I think I'll do that. And there was a video in LA I was going to do with my niece, but if we don't end up driving down until the 15th, I really don't want to make her film a video on her birthday because we'd only have the 16th free to do it. But if we leave the 14th, then we have the 15th. We can do it on the 15th, and the 16th is all hers. And we can do like a little 13th birthday photo shoot or something. I'll bring my good lens and get her some cool shots, so she can flex on all her friends back home. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed some of the, the artifacts and stories and the whatnot and the things and the stuff, dude. And remember, I'm not searching for street parking. Okay? I'm not searching for street parking, dude. I'm not Indiana Jones. I'm going straight to the parking garage. Okay? Going straight to the parking lot, and I will pay a premium to not have to worry about it. Okay? Hello, Dave from Elk Grove. Nice. What's up, Dave? Welcome in. I am about to sign off, unfortunately, but thank you. Thank you for popping in either way. And you could always rewind to watch it, dude. We had a ball, dude. We had a ball. I really like the idea of doing a 13th photo shoot in a candy store. That's a cool idea. Or we could do it at the Time Travel Mart. I did a video there years ago. But I was thinking like at the Griffith Observatory with, the city behind her. Something cool like that. But yeah, a candy store. I'm gonna ask her. I'm gonna ask her. I'm gonna say we'll do a photo shoot for your birthday. And whatever you want to do. I got her some more shoes, of course. She has plenty of shoes she can wear. I keep showing up late when I show up. It's all good, Jenny. Just don't park by the fire lane. Yeah, no. I hope you're doing well as well. All right, next week I'll have more updates about how the trip is going. Remember, this is on eBay if you want to pay. It's a lot, dude. What I put it, $250, $300 or something. Because I either want the bag or I'm keeping it. That's basically it. Disneyland soon and history videos soon. And I don't do sports anymore, all right? I hate sports now. And I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, share, do all the cool things the cool kids do. Something or Other Tours now, variety. We're doing it. Thank you to William. Thank you to Paul for the donations that they're gonna go straight for my niece's birthday festivities. My niece and Disneyland a day apart. Birthdays are a day apart. I was gonna DoorDash In and Out, but the closest one is an hour away. Good lord, dude. Jeez. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Diosa. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys next week. Join the Discord to keep the conversation going. All right, link is in the description. Vertlife.